Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK NVME Esports Pro League 4 Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and our broadcast partner Booyah. I'm your host Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host Foxy and of course our admin Eisen, as we are here for the very final matches, 2 matches of the Pro League. That is right. It has all come down to this, and the first one of these 2 tonight is a big one indeed. Union Gaming will be taking on Demas Force on the map of Consulate. The match will be going live on your screens right now, actually, as we join the players in the band phase. Union taking on Demas Force, a rivalry in the Pro League that's practically as old as the Pro League itself, ever since the first season. Oh, way back in April 2020. Feels like it's been a long time, hasn't it? Regardless, the first ban is off from the side of Union Gaming, and they will decide to ban the Blackbeard. No surprises right there. Blackbeard bans against Demas Force and on Consulate are really common, but hello, this is different. An IQ ban from the side of Demas Force. Well then, IQ with their RED scanner, the ability to find, through floors, walls, and everything of the like, electronic gadgets that the defenders are using. And the IQ ban is going to be very interesting indeed. Goyo will be the defender ban from the side of Demas Force. And that's, of course, to be expected. Goyo with his deployable shields, which can blow up and set fire to a significantly large portion of the area it was in, is a very difficult, it's a fairly difficult, I should say, gadget to go up against. Just the deployable shield aspect of it alone, let alone the fact that it can blow up and deal damage as well as deny area. Final ban from the side of Union Gaming, of course, we just saw that to be the Maestro. And we all know why Maestro is banned on Consulate. He is very powerful here. So this should make for a very interesting game indeed. The bans are Blackbeard, IQ, Goyo, and Maestro. And with that, round 1 will be underway in Basement, Cafeteria, and Garage, as the first round will go underway. But before it does, let's have a look at both rosters that are here in the lobby for us today. From the side of Demas Force, we've got, wait a minute, we have a pause. A little unfortunate right there. Levi seems to, oh, there we go. That's a little unfortunate. I was just about to say, Levi seemed to be, for some reason, unable to load into the game. And it seems like it might be a game crash or it might be a disconnection. We'll find out in a second. But outside of just Levi, of course, the rest of Demas Force tonight is Asterix, Sniper on Candy, Poseidon, and Tsukishima Goat. And from the side of Union, we've got, of course, a roster that needs no introduction at this point. Sandy, Sparko, EX7, Jittery, and Beat. Or, as Foxy and myself at one point dubbed them, Bittery and Jeet. We all remember, Foxy. We all remember. Don't worry. But with all of that being said, round 1 will be underway in just a quick second as we get Levi back into the lobby, confirm that it was, in fact, a game crash. Really unfortunate, but of course, he will be able to rejoin the lobby. And with all that being said and done, with the sites being selected and the bans being done, I hand it over to Foxy with the question, what do you think? The final time we see this rivalry in the Pro League, who do you expect to win tonight?
I think I'm going to have to roll with my old favorites, Union Gaming. They've been offering some really good stuff in the recent times. And let's be honest here. It takes a lot to be that consistent. The consistency from Union Gaming has been off the charts, even if you happen to take in account the first league into question. Not just the Pro League, of course, where we know for a fact that the Esports Club happens to come up with 2 leagues back to back, and we've been part of both of them. So having to see that consistency from Union Gaming, I think that's been the best of things in the recent times, and just in Division 1, having to show us how amazing of a team they are. But at the same time, I would not like to take away the credit that Demas Force deserves. Demas Force has been that, let's put it this way, they've been the giant killer. They've always been the one team that has been able to shut down Union Gaming time and again. And that's what I love to see. That's what we all love to see. And that's why this match will be such an interesting one. I'm sure, just as we happen to take instances into this match, I don't think we'll be surprised if this match does happen to go to overtime. Something I wanted to talk about, Blackjack, is the fact that we happen to see the Blackbeard, IQ, Goyo, and the Maestro ban comes out, which is especially a very good, a very different for sure, but at the same time, a very good ban roster when you happen to think about it for a map like Consulate. So especially when we go back into this match and into this map in specific, I think we're in for a little bit of a vanilla siege ride. Just having to see some old stuff come out, just the way this happens to be played out. And just like I said, talk about so much of it. I think we'll be finding that out as we happen to go ahead into the match. That's right. The reconnection and everything else is done. We'll be joining the players right now, starting off in the prep phase into this match of Consulate. And I'm very glad that they happen to come out with this little change in the map. I happen to keep talking about. Looks like the players were watching the streams after all. They did hear to my rants about how Oregon has become overplayed along with Clubhouse as well. But at the same time, it's good to see that a little bit of a refresher here into this match for sure, into this map for especially. Consulate comes out to have so many more dynamics that I'm sure will be embraced by Union Gaming and Demon's Force at the same time. Right now, Demon's Force will not be bringing out their will not be bringing out that little trick that they usually bring out in the beginning. Blitz won't be into play. That's right. We don't see Senpai bringing the Blitz out, at least not yet. Swing Yash for now. We've got Levi running the Thatcher. I really like how Blackbeard and somehow all the other bands on the attackers happen to overpower Thatcher now with the change in meta, just the way the map is approached. Really loving that dynamic for sure. We begin to see the Kais being picked from Sparko though, quite interestingly. So the C4 play from the side of the defense is most definitely high in terms of how you expect to see this play out. EX7 aggressive already. I don't blame him. We happen to come out with C4 names after EX7 on this map and this spot, especially the double window C4. I happen to call it EX7 C4 quite many times. In fact, back in the day when I was teaching my team what I want out of them, I would usually call that the EX7 C4 on Consulate. So I think coming down towards the end of the league here, it most definitely has been such a wild ride, and these two teams have been, if not the most decorated teams into this entirety of the league, and such a long journey that we've been together with. So I think getting to embrace them one last time is the most right thing to do. EX7 not surviving that for long asterisks. We'll be getting the first frag, and that's a quick headshot. That's a quick turnaround and maneuver. Getting to see a little bit more of that jittery though. He's fallen back and he's fallen out. Wait a minute. Where is he going? Where is he off to? He's off to find a frag and a headshot. All right. Look at the man pop off. Jittery. Classic jittery stuff. Just started off, but he will be shut down eventually by Senpai. Looks like there was a full stop necessary for that man eventually, though. Senpai trying to pick another fight with the railings. What is stopping him? We happen to hit the 1 minute 30-second mark, and we've already gotten to see what we usually do when it comes down to these matches and when it comes down to these two teams playing it out. Sandy on side, we've got somebody else on side as well. That is, of course, Sparko. But right now, this 3 versus 3 could turn into something else totally. 1 minute and counting down to it. The push is in, but Sandy's going to try and stop it. There's a down that he needed so direly. Where's the soft breach coming in? Is that not, or is it going to come out a little bit later? Beat does get the finish up, and I'm sure that was on the downed operator. That was not, and that's why Shima God is the only one left alive outside the breach. And this is such a tricky position for the side of Demon's Force to play with. Beat comes in with the canister. I think that is going to confirm the kill. There we go. Beat will get his double, and that confirm onto Poseidon. And just a little bit of that former teammate rivalry thrown in there as well. Tsukushima Good will make sure he gets beat. Meanwhile, on the refrag, on a possible 1 versus 2 right now, they happen to sit on more than enough time to Senpai to make work out of this. Breach charge will come in off the dead body of Jittery, excuse me, once again. There I go, mixing my words up, but Sparko, he'll go down as well. Tsukushima Good might just get this clutch, people. 1 versus 1. We know he wins these. Will he get this one or not? No, but Sandy has gone for the full rotate up and above. The plan will go down from Senpai though. He's sticking it. He's almost got it, and he's got the Mia window to work with as well. He might just be able to get this victory for himself, but no, he looks away at the wrong time. And now Sandy will get the clutch for him and his team. Union Gaming already. They brought out quite the round in the beginning, both of them, in fact, Demon's Force and UG. This is quite the stuff that we're getting to see, and this is what I expected out of this match. Glad to see both of these teams at their prime time and just at their prime performance, bringing out what we wanted to see. Just a happy audience here, right here, embracing that feeling. We'll be headed to round 2. Let's see what happens.
What a way to start off the match indeed from both sides. Tsukushima nearly turned that around. Unfortunately, couldn't quite use the Mira window to the maximum advantage that he needed to. Still thinking that the Mira, Sandy, was up on first floor. Unfortunately for him, that was not the case. And as soon as he turned for a peek after the pre-fire from Sandy, his head got clipped straight off of his body. Sandy taking the kill and, of course, the counter defuse as we saw in the instant replay. And with that, round two will be underway. And wait a minute, Union looks like they want to do this. They want to do this whole thing again. They want to go to Tango on the first floor archives and basement. First floor tellers and basement archives. Excuse me, archives tellers split, as I like to call it. But yeah, this little site that switches between basement and first floor is the site of choice from Union Gaming. Very interesting, very, very interesting indeed. We've seen this side come out time and again when Union Gaming has gone to Consulate, and no surprises that they have managed to actually win this defensively speaking. And sometimes when they have had to come to this side as attackers, they've had their own fair share of struggles, I will give them that. It's just a side that you don't see too often, although I feel like Demon's Force is probably ready for the kind of play that Union wants to make here. So you might just see something huge from the side of UG, but wait a minute, EX7, he's gone for a spawn peek. Can he find one? Not quite yet. He's very apprehensive about this, and he'll actually fall back, knowing that he can't get that kill. Unfortunate right there for him, but of course, UMP in hand against even the Zophia's 762. I don't think it would have actually yielded too well for him unless he, of course, got the headshot. It is EX7 after all. There is no shortage of confidence in that man, but he will just fall back for now, as will the rest of UG. They still have setups to complete, and they need all hands on deck. Meanwhile, drone spotting the castle, I believe that is, Sparko, on first floor. Making some lines of sight onto the breach that has been made by the Selma on that basement area, but the Zofia pushes in, gets taken down. Asterix, unfortunate. The drone was giving away his location, but Sparko still takes it. Has to be careful of yellow stairs, so there's somebody else, and he will get taken down by Tsukishima Goat, who finds the second kill of the round. Tsukishima's been down. Jittery comes up, and he takes one for the team. Tsukishima off the board as the Oryx is now on the prowl. Watching the hatch, Sniper One Candy with the drone in hand. Ying, gotta be so careful though, because Poseidon is still above. And if he manages to find the Oryx, well then that will be one big drop indeed. But if he gets taken down, then Union Gaming will have all the more reason to celebrate the round. Levi finds Jitter in the meanwhile. Big drop again as another kill is taken, this time by the Sam Fisher, who is in play this round with, of course, his Argus cams. One taken with the ST3000. Levi wants a couple more right now, but he's a little low on health, so he's got to be careful as the Candelas are going in. It's all in, but Sniper got to watch behind him. He gets taken down, and there's another one, but there's a pulse to go down. A retaliation, a refrag from Poseidon indeed, as he finds EX7. Now, oh, what a shot onto the mute, and with that, Poseidon will actually take the last three back-to-back kills, as he will single-handedly swing the round in the favor of his team and win it for Demon's Force. Basement Archives and First Floor Tellers goes the way of the attack, as it is now 1-1 on the scoreboard. And we are headed to console. No. We were headed to console, but a quick change is going to actually see us go back to Archives Tellers. Interesting decision right here from UG, as primarily the way they were taken out was from the push coming in from Garage and Cafeteria, right? That was the main place you saw the action happening, and Locker's Hallway, where the ace came down from Spiral onto, where Sam Fisher was, the hallway connecting Garage to the hallway, Locker's Hallway, that is. All of it happened there for the most part, right? And you had Sniper on Candy, of course, the Ying trying to push Archives, that little Archives hallway that has a hatch on top of it. So most of the action happened first floor. I think Union Gaming wants to see if they can redirect Demon's Force to first floor and second floor, where most of the defenders were initially to begin with. And once basement started getting contested hard, that's when things started looking a little bit dicey. I butchered that quite a bit, if you will. But yeah, it started looking a little bit dicey for UG, and they had to quickly try and reconfigure, and they couldn't. Got taken out by DF, who are now equalized 1-1 as round 3 is now underway.
Round 3 will indeed be underway once again. We're loving the Mira emphasis coming out from Union Gaming over here. They never fail to use the Mira when it comes down to their advantage. But look at the side that is being played. It most definitely will be an interesting outtake as to what I see Demon's Force doing here. Very good setup coming in from the side of Union Gaming here. I think I'll go back and just take a little bit more notes as to what I'm getting to see from them, because with the castle, with the pulse, the Valkyrie mute and Mira combo, it most definitely is an interesting outtake to what we happen to see here. Very good soft destruction that they are able to use with the shotguns, of course, as their secondaries. C4's into play. You've got the barricades of the castle coming out to just channelize the attackers just the way you want them, and the extra information that will be allowed by the Black Mirrors. And of course, the Valkyrie camps. Very good operator lineup that I'm getting to see from Union Gaming in terms of how, at least how the Archivism Teller's defense happens to go down. That is something I don't see so many teams doing. But wait a minute, Asterix. He's made his way up top. He might just get caught off guard. No, he'll get that tap. Look at the way he just eliminates Parkour with such ease. It makes it look so effortless. And he'll still get refragged though. It'll be a 4 versus 4. Back into effect. EX7 comes around the corner. Make sure that Asterix is taken care of. Sniper One Candy meanwhile making his way onto site. Or that will be at least closer to site. On the side of garages, we've got Poseidon coming into pre-fires of his own Levi. He's holding on to see if somebody's trying to come around, be a little more sneaky, be a little more ambitious. He'll shut them down. So far, we don't see any more fights coming in, at least not after that early encounter. That Sparko just happened to take the refrag. We saw EX7 pick up, but EX7 might just be able to get another one in his back pocket, which he will. He's got the diffuser drop as well. So far, all the kills on the side of the defense have been picked up by this one man. And EX7 looks like he's not looking to stop. Never mind, he's looking to stop. It'll be stopped though. At least that's the word I'll be using right now. Senpai makes sure he gets the refrag. Sandy keeping things alive for Union Gaming, gets the better of him, and here's the refrag back into place. This has been quite the refrag game. Sniper One Candy acts up, the F2 in hand, will make sure he shuts him down. 2 versus 2, and like I said, it's an equalized man count. Anything could happen. This is like a very similar situation what we saw happen come around before. Jittery gets Sniper One Candy. It's all on to Senpai, which will be taken care by Jittery as well. Jittery, once again, it's always a treat to just watch this man pop off, watch this man play in the first place. It's good to see him come out with the Valkyrie and the MPX. No gun is not destructive in the hands of this player for sure. Very well done. Does not matter what you hand him. He's still going to be doing his job, which he did very clearly. Very well played from the side of Union Gaming. Once again, quite the quick round that I'm getting to see here. In terms of pacing, in terms of how Consulate is just played on a natural scale. Loving that. Everybody in this lobby is just on their toes, and I'm sure me and Blackjack are as well in terms of how this is going, just able to move our words quickly around each other. But right now, we'll be headed to round 4, and Cafeteria and Garage is going to be the site. And once again, I get to see the Mira being picked.
Quite the emphasis on Mira. I do have to agree right there, Foxy. Out of the 6 pick 2 from Warden. But taking our eyes really quickly off of the current round prep phase, if you will, and going into a little bit of the leaderboards right now. Union Gaming obviously are currently in the lead. 15 points and 15 positive in the round conversion ratio, right? The plus-minus thing on the board, right? Second to them is LTK, 15-13. Virtual 5 follows up with 12-13. And Mystery Gaming on fourth with 12-6. Now, here's the real thing, right? Union Gaming, say they lose this game in a hypothetical situation. Obviously, they won't gain any points. They'll stay on 15, and that plus-minus will take a hit, as in points will be deducted from their ratio. Say L2K or Virtual 5 wins their games later on, which is to say that they are facing off against each other in an off-stream match later on, then either one of those would actually overtake Union, most likely, right? Will it be V5 or L2K? I guess we'll find out later on. It is an off-stream game, unfortunate, but we will update all of our viewers as time goes on. Of course, there is still another game after this one as well, which is between Mischief Gaming and LYSC Valiance, which also promises to be a fairly interesting game to end on. But I think all of us can agree that that other one might or might not sound a little bit more tantalizing, if you will. In the meanwhile, coming back to the match at hand, already you can see the breach has gone off. Main breach onto Consulate Garage, as a Poseidon watches. He sees the leg of one of the defenders. Doesn't quite get the shot, though. Behind white van, Levi with the drone, spotting one of the vertical angles being made here. He wants to go for a bit of emphasis, and shots are fired. Sparko, will he get him? No, he won't. No health traded, as Levi gets away with pretty much flushing Sparko out of that important location. But the issue is, the castle's still there. EX7 finds one. In the meanwhile, Sekishima Go takes down Jittery. Those are two big drops right there. R6S is gone. Levi takes a bit of damage, probably from the UMP right there. Not too good looking for the man. He's got to be careful. So does EX7. Both of them so low on HP, actually. Roughly around 20 to 25 respectively. But EX7 is still looking to be aggressive right there, as much as he can. Sparko, in the meanwhile, from up top, trying to do a little bit of damage with a vertical angle from second floor all the way to basement. We've seen this from him. We've seen glimpses of this from the man a little bit before, as Sandy will use the deployable camera to find a little bit more intel. Argus cams going out from Levi. He wants information as well. Intel is clearly the strongest resource for both teams right now, as Parker will proceed to open up a little bit more of the floor in Piano. It's very curious that Piano control is still in Sparko's hands. No one has tried to take that away from him. And EX7 pushing up towards the stairs. We'll see the Ash tries to take it, but can't. Almost runs out of bullet. Has to be careful with the P10 Roni. Sekishima fires back, but doesn't get the kill and gets taken out. Instead, Sniper on Candy finds Pete. In the meanwhile, he finds two. That's Sandy down. He's inside the side. Levi finds the EX7, and now it's all down to Sparko. 1v3, the last man standing on first floor Piano, where he's been the whole round. Poseidon is the man with the diffuser. Wisely enough, goes into cafeteria. Knows he needs to plant, but you still have Sparko above. Can he find the diffuser planter? Not quite. He knows he's close, but he can't get the shot. Not supposed to plant. 40 seconds on the clock. Sparko needs to get down there. He's got to reload his Super 34. That will do exactly so. Falls down. Comes into the hallway, breaking the barricade, but position given away. Will he peek? Will he not? He peeks. Gets taken down. It's Sniper with the triple in the round. As we will see in the instant replay, Demas Force reading Union Gaming like a book, deciding, all right, they have strength and offsite. Let's push the site itself and completely deny them a retake possibility. And they did that very, very well indeed. The Twitch came in, made the play, and equalized the round. 2-2 is the scoreboard going into round 5. Basement, Cafeteria, and Garage decided choice again from the side of Union Gaming, whom, curiously enough, in matches previous, coming to Consulate, right? Coming to Union on Consulate, we've seen them go to Basement Garage. We've seen them go to Archives Tellers. We've seen them go to First Floor Lobby and Piano, right? One side that we don't get to see them go to at all is Second Floor Console Office. They never like to go there for some reason or the other. Even if they win 2 back-to-back defensive rounds, say they win Garage and then Lobby, they'll go to Archives. If they win Archives and Garage, they go to Lobby. They don't like to go second floor for some reason or the other. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know where I was going with that to begin with. It was just an observation that I was making, combined with the, the little moment of excitement that Demas Force happened to put me on right there. I mean, can you blame me? It's Demas Force. Whenever they start making plays, it's almost always exciting, if you will. 90% of the time, it works all the time. As round 5 will be underway.
10 seconds to insertion.
That is very true, Blackjack. Honestly, sometimes excitement does get the better of us, especially when it's games like these. But hey, then again, Demas Force, very good decision making coming back to round 4. They just having to take control of the situation. Very well done. Just some good decision that came out. I'm not sure who was the one who came out with that call. It'll be interesting to know that for sure. But hey, I think that'll be left for another day. That conversation will come around some other day maybe. Sniper on Candy trying to find somebody at least, suspecting a possible spawn pick. We might just be in from Jittery, but no, Jittery is all the while more wiser, does not want to re-engage on that fight. He's just going to fall back. He's got Sparko around the server killer desk as well. Got a little confused as to, hey, who's that in my hindsight, at least in my peripheral vision. Right now, it's just going to be his teammate. Nothing to be scared of, nothing to be afraid of. But wait, never mind. Asterix awfully close. So many things wrong about that little fight we just happened to see. But Jittery will be the one to walk out of that alive and unscathed, at least for now. 4 versus 5. So early into this round, and like I said, the pacing of these rounds has been a little too fast for my liking, and I really love that. they happen to come out with everything that is going right, and at the same time somehow keep up the pace at this momentum. Always going, always heated up. Look at that, Sparko already picking up another fight. They've got another fight going on the side. Sandy's going to get the kill on the Tsukishima Go. Somebody's on the side, and I think that is the Twitch, of course. That's right, Sniper One Candy once again. He's somehow sneaked in here. Levi does get a frag, but Sandy will get the refrag quickly enough. He's got the refrag onto the Twitch as well. Sniper One Candy does go down. It's a 1 versus 4 now. Poseidon, he's got to fight against his former team. Will he be able to do that or not? That's a real question right now. One man against the 4 of Union Gaming. He's going to try and find these kills. The Ace turning around the circular desk. His position given away. There's only so many things that he can do, so many places that he can go. Sparko coming with a free fire, just able to get off attention, and that will be it. That was a good distraction from Sparko. Allowed EX7 to come in with a kill of his own. It'll still be the UMP though. That does get and collect the kill. Union Gaming stand up and strong, and in this little to and fro that has been going on, we are already on to round 6. Alrighty then. 3-2 is the scoreline. We happen to go to round 6, and just the way this is, not sure where Union Gaming will be headed to. Archives and Tellus is once again going to be the side. Okay. Union Gaming looks like they really want to be committing to this side. And hey, I wouldn't really blame them. It does come out to be quite the dynamic that it offers just as a side on this map. And quite interestingly so, we'll be getting to see the Lion pick come out from Demon's Force. It looks like the desperation is quite we can see that on the faces of DF. They don't want to lose these attack rounds that Union Gaming are able to take away with much ease, if you'd ask me. I wouldn't really say that Union Gaming is staying on top of their game. It's been a to and fro between each other, but somehow Union Gaming is most definitely being able to take advantage and get the better of Demon's Force in moments where I don't see them perform. Let's see what round 6 happens to hold before we happen to go head on to the second half.
Man, oh man, Union Gaming with the commitment to this side, I gotta applaud it for sure. But at the same time, given that they're going 1-1 on this site right now, I'm not sure this was the wisest decision. They could have gone to second floor to maybe throw off Demon's Force. DF will definitely have been expecting this site selection, by the way. Just saying, they will have probably thought that UG will for sure go either here or lobby, so they will have brought the team as such, although, you know, Lion being brought in is, reminds me of that one time, that one Demon's Force versus L2K game, I believe it was, where Operation Chimera came back in full swing. I believe you were there with me on that one, Foxy. As yeah, if memory serves me correct, it was on Coastline, and it was just Chimera all over again. You had the line, you had the Finca, the Blitz. It was absolutely terrifying from Demon's Force. Of course, it's no longer like right now they're not doing that. To their, I can't exactly say that if it's to their credit or not. And I know I'm stumbling over my words because there's so many thoughts racing through my head right now. Getting them all into word form can be slightly difficult, if you will. But for the time being, we're just going to slow down. But Sandy won't. He's going to find one more, and that is Sniper One Candy off the board. Huge drop right there. As you have the Buck gone. Big drop from the soft breach perspective. Buck is now down. That leaves it in a 4 versus 5 once again. Demon's Force early disadvantage, but here we go. The Lion scan comes in. Does it find anybody? Doesn't look like it, but Tsukishima's going to take a ton of damage. Moving into whatever position he is going into. Will he be found? Yes, he does. The UMP comes in, but Levi finds the X1 in the meanwhile. 4 versus 3 as UG are once again in the lead. And they will not be, as Poseidon and R6S will take 2 back-to-back kills, taking down more and more UG members, which will leave them in a 2v3 now. Disadvantage as Jittery holds on Spiral, beat down below. But the issue is, the site needs to be taken control over, and that hasn't happened just yet from DF. They are taking their time with this. You have to meet jammers blocking some potential intel, but Levi will find Jittery. Another big drop. And now it is all down to beat in a 1 versus 3. He's been in these situations before, of course, and we know that he's got good potential to win this. But R6S, he wants to go for the plant. You can see the way he's trying to position himself with that aside, and he's doing it. But the issue is he's on a soft floor. Pings are coming in. Will the C4 deny it? Yes, it will. One drop comes in. Can he find one more? That is the question right now. Beat has the diffuser in his pocket. Nope, no longer in his line of sight. I was about to say, rotating around. Pings are coming in. Will he find it? No, the down isn't there. Reloads, but unfortunate. As in that span of time, the diffuser has been planted, which means it's now down to these last 40 seconds. And both Levi and Poseidon are positioning themselves as such to not allow Beat this clutch. They cannot afford to let the Meat get away with this, and they know that they need to take him down as soon as possible. He's found the diffuser. He wants to go for the counter defuse, and he probably will, but the pings are coming in. Poseidon is closing in. So is the Twitch. Any second now, one of them will find him as he baits with the counter defuse. He's going to stick. He might just want to, but no, Levi will find him first. Demon's Force will take down Union Gaming one more time, and that will equalize the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. 3-3 going into round 7 roll swap. Halftime has been achieved. And very quickly so, I might add. This is actually one of the quickest halftimes, I believe, we've had in the Pro League, at least this season. And we will see where this 3-3 scoreline takes us, as we have 6 and 6 kills from Tsukishima and Levi and Sandy and Jittery. All right, top 2 from both sides, 6 kills each. Interesting scoreboard that we've come out to see here. But right now we're gonna have basement, cafeteria, and garage yet again. All right, looks like today is just non second floor day from the looks of it, if you will, because Demon's Force, I know they like to go on second floor console whenever they're on consulate. They don't have any issues with that side. Maybe they just want to start with garage because that's the one they're most versed with, the most confident in. Given that it's 3-3 and neither of these teams have yet to take a solid lead or even win more than one round for that matter, I think Basement Garage was probably the wisest choice to go for here, as round 7 is underway.
Round 7 will indeed be underway, and hey, quite the stuff we are getting to see from Demon's Force. Very well done, especially in the post plan. I'm not sure why I did see Poseidon go all the way above, and I thought maybe, yeah, you've got this off beats to take advantage of. But then again, when it did come out to play in that 2+1 ratio, I think it really came down to the advantage of Demon's Force. Very well done, good post plan positions, and towards the end of it, I think there was a very good potential for B to just come out with their clutch, and I really love how Demon's Force just really knew exactly that, and they were not taking any chances. Well, I wouldn't either if I was in their place. 3-2-3, excuse me, as we happen to roll underway with the second half here on to round 7. No commotion yet, at least not in terms of exchange of fire. We'll begin to see that as we happen to go ahead. EX7 coming in with a kill directly. What a connect. Asterix getting caught up. It's just that stray kill I keep talking about. EX7 does catch him off guard, and that will be the first frag to start off in the second half of this match. Very well done. That is experience at work, if you would ask me. We've still got Levi coming around on the circular stairs. A spiral stairs, I'm sure we like to call it. I'm not sure why I call it the circular stairs, but then again, might just get caught off guard from above the skylight. There we go. The drones will come in, and that's why Levi is just going to fall back. Eats away 2 drones in that process. That'll be helpful towards the end of the round. But Sandy, he's got one more. He's just going to send another one scouting here. EX7. Meanwhile, on the side, he's going to take care of the battered batteries. And also, G3 is going to take care of Levi. Like I said, Levi was most definitely playing in a very precarious position. He's going to get taken down. Tsukishima Gold comes in with a C4 lob. I'm not sure where that came out from, but I'm sure that was around this area near the floorboard somewhere. We still see another C4 prepped out in distance. Tsukishima Gold trying to be very, very angry and very ecstatic. There we go. Sniper on Candy C4. Oh, he almost missed it. Could have just tried and winged it over there with the audio input that is coming in, of course. On Poseidon, meanwhile, he does get the refrag of his own on the Sparko. Once again, I'm not sure if that is a soft wall that he happens to put a C4 on. Or meanwhile, there's so much more happening on the side, though. You see Tsukishima go get that frag, and EX7 quickly on the refrag back into place. Simpa and Sniper 1 Candy, the only ones left alive, while EX7 and Beat have to make this happen. Beat is on the side, but he's got a Legion Mine stuck to his knee. He's just going to let that out. There we go. That'll be a lot to plan, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Where's the denial? It has not come around yet. Sniper 1 Candy has got to get the cover first, and that is the first being provided by EX7. There we go. The Beat will come in with his own kill. It's a 1 versus 2 for Senpai to fight again. He's come on with quite the play today. Will he be able to get this clutch for his team and put them up in the advantage? The answer is no. Union Gaming will make sure they get round 7 for themselves, starting off the second half in just a very good fashion, just a very good trend for themselves, if you'd ask me. Union Gaming will make sure that this is going to be their second half, at least for the most part of it. And that's what we happen to see here. Will be requested a pause timer from the side of Union Gaming, of course. Sparko has come in with a disconnect. It's going to come down to that. I am sure you're back to our faces, and I think a little bit of conversation is overdue. Of course, Blackjack, with this match into hand, this is it just me, or does the pacing of this match just feel amazingly awesome?
I have to say it does, Foxy. The pacing of this game is definitely pretty good from both sides. And unlike other matches, where we sort of take this time, these little pause times, or even really the moment to talk about stuff that the teams did wrong, in this situation, there's not really something that they're doing wrong. It's more like they're just getting outplayed by the other. Sure, there are some smaller mistakes here or there, like maybe a position, maybe a wasted utility here. But other than that, it has been a nearly flawless game from both sides, and it's just come down to either Demon's Force outplaying, like reading into and outplaying what Union is doing, or what Union reads into and outplays Demon's Force at what they're doing. It's either aggression or they're falling back, letting the opposition come to them, taking control of site and denying, the retake. And just stuff like that is amazing to see in general from the side of UG and DF. And this is one of the reasons why their rivalry ever since back last year has been such a sight to see. Now, I know, some of the more recent matches between them have been slightly more on the one-sided end, with usually Demon's Force drawing the short end of the stick, if you will. But this match today is a game that both of them are clearly taking quite close to heart and playing their cards close to their chest, as they have done pretty well so far to deny both, like each other, of certain advantages, certain disadvantages. Again, the IQ ban is actually a pretty smart move, right? Because the kind of utility you're seeing in place, pre-play C4s, right? Deployable cams and all that, none of that will be possible with an IQ on board. Thatcher can disable some of them within like a 6-meter radius, right? But IQ is, effectively speaking, like a big blanket solution, like utility spotted and denial sent, taken care of. That's why the IQ ban is such a good thing in general. But we'll be talking more about that and other stuff as we go back into the game, ladies and gentlemen. That is right, Sparko. He disconnected for a quick second and he is back. And we are back with the match right here, right now, going into round 8. And for the first time in 8 rounds, we are actually headed to second floor console office and meeting room. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. This fabled site that we have been talking about for so long is actually here in front of us once again. A site that we haven't seen for a while, and I'm really interested to see how Demon's Force goes about defending this. Interestingly enough, looking at it, looking at it this way, right? DF, after losing their first defensive ground, instantly switched it into this top floor site. They didn't want to potentially repeat the mistakes that caused them to lose the round on basement. So what do? They change it to a vastly different site that is just played differently, right? There's a little bit of verticality from below, but most of it is horizontal pressure, starting from admin or from spiral or even from yellow stairs if you feel so inclined, right? With that verticality mixed in, with a little bit of work from the windows, rappelling from the attackers, stuff that defenders can always keep a track of. And that's why I think we're seeing Demon's Force go here. They want to keep a track of what UG is doing without having to worry about the multiple layers of consulate that there are to worry about. Less information to keep track of for them means a simpler defense, means potentially a win, I think, is how they're thinking in this situation. Because again, Demon's Force sometimes just likes to let loose, stop thinking, and go berserk, if you will. I believe there's a different term for that as well, i.e., known more modernly as return to monkey, as they say. Although I think that can be reserved for Monk S more so than Demon's Force, but it still applies, if you will. And I can see Foxy kind of losing it back there. I know, it kind of came out of nowhere. I do apologize for that one. But sometimes it actually applies, more so for the old Demon's Force that we started with than this one. This current iteration of Demon's Force's roster is slightly more on the reserved side, if you will. But regardless, round 8, going forward at the minute 50 mark, nobody's dropped yet. Interestingly enough, both sides are simply playing to take advantage without losing bodies, and that means a more conservative play for the time being. Asterix, interesting area to be opening up verticality from. That's towards admin that he wants to make a little bit of emphasis onto. Hatch is opened as well as Jittery, Sparko, and Sandy are in this area. EX7 rappelling on the meeting double window. which means that they are fairly prone to a flank from Asterix. But wait a minute, EX7 will find the first one. That's Levi off the board as the Jaeger is now down and out. Push might just be coming in towards this meeting room site as we have the utilities being thrown in, but no, the Ash gets taken down, and there's another kill taken in the meanwhile. That is Asterix off the board. Sparko taking that one, as it's all down to these last three defenders to defend against the upcoming attack. Wait a minute, Sakashima pushed out, found two, gets found by Jittery. Suddenly it's a 2v2, and the round has just gotten that much harder to call. Beat. He was on his drone just a second ago. He wants to get into sight. You can see it in the way he's positioned himself. But the issue is, Snapper and Candy is a rook with the 2x scope on the MP5. That means he's got to be so careful. A lot of engagements that he would have otherwise taken will not be available to him because of the range of the zoom scope that he has. Again, just those little differences between both sides as the rook will peak. Smoke grenades have come in. The plant's about to come off as well. Jittery takes a bit of damage. He wants to go in, but he can't because of the pre-fire beat. All right, he wants to go for the plant nice and quickly. Poseidon could deny this if he just pushes up, and he's got the chance, but Jittery takes down Sniper, and now it's all down to the last man standing, Poseidon, the Melusi. In 1v2, Inconnected, spotted, sees one. Oh, nearly had the kill, but the constant bullet storm from Beat will find the Melusi before the Melusi could find him. As we will see in the instant replay, Union Gaming taking another round. Seems like Consulate attack is where they want it to be, because now they are looking stronger than ever. 2 back-to-back wins, establishing a clear lead. 5-3 is the scoreline as we head into round 9.
5-3 is in fact going to be the scoreline. Look at this. Just the way we happen to see this, Union Gaming taking control of the situation, and more importantly, that little moment where Tsukishima Goat came around to almost be the savior for his team. Just needed a little bit more of that daring a little earlier. I think maybe could have worked out better for himself and his team for sure. But that was still a good attempt. Had me off my seat for a second there. A good attempt anyway. We'll be seeing Demon's Force and Union Gaming look at each other at this. And just as you happen to talk about that, Blackjack, somehow in its truest sense, this is, in a way, we might just be getting a Rainbow Six Siege version of Godzilla versus Kong over here happening right now in front of us going on. The moment you talked about the monkey stuff, that's exactly what happened to hit my head, at least for now. But no, coming back to what we have for ourselves here. It is, of course, both of these the most decorated teams in our league from quite a while. They've been at the top for quite a while now. Of course, some people might not agree with me in the recent timeline. Demon's Force has been not exactly at the best of performances. Lies Valiance and Mischief Gaming, those two teams have definitely come out to have their own set of impressions that they've been making over the audiences and me over the time, and they are the ones who will be fighting off in the next match. So equally exciting match coming up after this, but right now, snapping back to this one, EX7 already trying to find a frag here, expecting that, spinning that little soft breach into the wall. And I'm glad he did, because that could have taken him out. Very good drone work that I'm getting to see from Union Gaming once again. The economy though, that's something I wouldn't exactly be too fond of. Losing so many drones early, somehow coming down to them, making some unexpected plays and just face checking towards the end. I don't blame them. We'll be seeing Sniper on Candy play all the way downstairs. The alibi, of course, that is, they still have so much more to work against. I'll come down on the side, the Warden. Oh, Tsukishima Gold almost finding somebody's head here. He could come in with the pre-fire and just get a free kill. He won't be, at least not for now. The Ash still looking to make amends to this. He's got the entirety of the desk open. There's no way Tsukishima takes cover behind it, especially not after the desk is looking like that. There's just no cover to just fall back and hide behind. Still be looking at... just trying to figure out if that coker sound is coming from my house. Anyways, we're seeing canister coming, gas canisters coming out in the distance, and that is of course from the yellow stairs. On top of the yellow stairs, there'll be another kill that will follow. Beat once again with the suppressor, somehow just yeeting on the side of the defense, coming in with another kill. The Titan will be the one to fall. They still have a 4 versus 5 established for us. We have to move ahead from here. Jittery trying to find himself a frag, and he will, people. That's going to be Asterix. Good night. A quick headshot will do the job, but somebody got too greedy for a knife. Looks like it. Sniper on Candy will be punished. Will not be walking away with a knife this time, and on Levi still coming up with the same stuff, and Not sure if that information was traded back or not. That was such an easy round for Union Gaming. Flawless. It did not even come down to Union making that possible attempt for themselves. It was Demon's Force handing them the victory of this round over a silver platter, essentially. Very well done. Union Gaming does not waste any time to make situations like these and take them under their control. They'll be the ones on match point. Let's see what happens.
Talk about a sudden and a bizarre turn of events, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure who, how, or why, but it seems like Demon's Force's defense has kind of collapsed in on itself. Slowly but surely, Union Gaming has been taking more and more comfortable rounds, leading up to a flawless round on round 9, getting them into match point. That is certainly going to be quite interesting, if you will, as it is 6-3 now in the scoreboard. As we are going to be heading to Basement Garage and Cafeteria nice and quickly from the side of Demon's Force. I'm not sure what's been happening. You know, that last round, I have to say, just some very bad decision making from DF, and I don't really know what prompted it. It's slowly been getting worse and worse on the defense for them, and then one can only hope that it doesn't get too much worse from here. As Union wants this win, they want it quite badly. It is very clear from the way that they're playing. The Demon's Force, on the other hand, just like Foxy said, handed them the previous round on a silver platter, and that's not good. Not a good sign for Demon's Force in the slightest. After having such a fantastic first half, I'm not much of a fan of seeing them go down like this. Very unfortunate. And you know, just one of the things that could be an implication of Demon's Force not really thinking things through is what happened between the Alibi and the Warden, right? One went for the knife, got taken down. Clearly there was somebody shooting from the skyline. That was Sandy the Zofia, right? Levi decided to go to the same place, try the same thing. He even threw an impact as if to announce his arrival. Not sure as to why, but regardless, he got taken down. That was 2 bodies on yellow, and that really put a break in Demon's Force's defensive retake strategy and really just stopped them from winning the round in general. Now, on yellow stairs, we had peeking down the yellow stairs for quite a bit. Oh, there's a little bit of a lag moment. Oh, everything seems fine now. So all things are fine, you know, ladies and gentlemen. No need to panic. No Rios being taken here. Not now. Not in this match. Yeah. Tsushima taking a bit of damage right there. That's from the Zofia from above, and Sandy couldn't get the full reload done just yet. But Sparker will find Sniper. In the meanwhile, big drop. As that, unfortunately, is going to be another big kill taken away from DF. Sniper on Candy going down right now. The Legion going down right now. Not good. Sandy takes a bit of damage. That is from the Malusi Tsukishima, who happened to push up. But was that to make way for Poseidon? It may have been, but Poseidon goes down. Jittery finds Asterix. What is happening right now? Levi goes down as well. And now it's all down to the Malusi, who finds one with the knife, but gets taken down by Sparko on yellow stairs. Completely imploding in and of themselves. Demon's Force will lose 4 back-to-back rounds and give away the win to Union Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. The match is decided on a 7-3. Oh man, what a way for this match to end. 7-3. I see that. Thank you, TEC, by the way, from Sparko and from Tsukishima. I mean, you know, there's plenty of words to be said about the Pro League, but we'll talk about that later once we're done with all the matches. Right now, we got to talk about what just happened. Demon's Force. Excuse me? Excuse me? Well, I don't know. There's really no explanation for why DF fell apart the way they did, but looking at the round history right now, from that halftime 3-3, there were 4 defensive rounds only for DF. All 4 collapsed. All 4 of them. The first one was still marginally close like. The second one was what, like a 2v1 for the Malusi on Connector, right? That was Poseidon. The 9th round, flawless. The 10th round, nearly flawless. I mean, sure, excuse me right there. Tsukishima, who was playing the Malusi, managed to get the knife off on one Union Gaming attacker, but Can't really say much more than that, can we? So yeah, two back-to-back Florida Suns, and Union Gaming takes it in a storm of kills and rounds taken. 73 to them on consulate, but of course we'll be talking a little bit more in depth about what went wrong for Demon's Force and relive the moment. Going live on your screens right now, and I believe in this situation, none more so than Foxy is suited to take us through this little segment. So Foxy, where do you think DF went wrong right there, right towards the end?
Honestly, something I want to point out first and foremost is the fact that this match was just amazingly well paced that I did not get time to point out so many things that I usually do when it comes down to other matches. So first things first, let's talk about the map in specific. We got to see Union Gaming come out with a very relentless attitude in terms of how they wanted to play defense. When we saw them move out on the side of the attack, they were able to take very good advantage of the situation. And that's what you expect out of moments like these. That's what you happen to see out of them coming out with Consulate. A map like this, it most definitely is an attacker favored map, if you'd ask me. Still, especially with the change in the operator bans, especially with the change in meta, and just the way these teams happen to play out. I talked about this in the beginning as well. The moment we saw the IQ ban come out, the moment I saw the Goyo ban come out, it became very clear that we're going to see some vanilla Siege come out. We're going to see some a little bit more old operation style from the side of the players. At least that's what I got to see from them. Pure skill at this play. This match was a very good example of that. Demon's Force, though, they most definitely got a little over ahead of themselves, let's be honest. I'm not sure if they had the composure in the entirety of the team left alive properly, because there was just so many places where I felt they were scattered in terms of what they want to be doing collectively. I wouldn't say that they exactly were able to get that. At the same time, Union Gaming was able to do that very well. I think the collective objective that Union Gaming was trying to gain for themselves did come out a little later into the match in the second half, where Demon's Force got a little weak towards that little area, and I think that's where Union Gaming was able to get the better of Demon's Force for sure. But apart from that, it was all in all, like I said, an amazing match. And just like I happen to talk about both these teams, the best there is, at least. No, that would not be an understatement either. At the same time, that is definitely not an overstatement also, because these two teams are, in fact, once again, the most decorated teams that have come out in the league. They've got amazing ranks, at least not in the recent times for Demon's Force, but then again, Union Gaming still that champion status that nobody's able to shake them off from. Of course, there have been upsets that they've pulled off as well. But hey, look at the upset that Demon's Force came out with this little knife. And I'm not sure, even with that kill that Sandy happened to come out with, how was that information not traded, that Levi just completely rush out this yellow stairs? I'm not sure if that was the best of things to be doing. Union Gaming quite literally got served that round on a platter, like I said, during that round as well. There are some things that should have happened, there are some things that shouldn't have happened, and I'm sure I'll be going back and taking a deeper look to what I saw Union Gaming bring out in terms of their strategies, especially on the Arcas and Tellers, and in terms of the operator lineups. I'll be looking to see what Demon's Force were thinking with the bans that they came out, especially with the IQ ban. We know for a fact that this map happens to have so many floorboards you can take advantage of with the RED from down below, and so many things that you can work around, especially with the Echo now into play. We happen to see so many teams just make a totally different strategy and just maneuver that around that. So I'm sure the bans played a very important role as to how this match shaped up. But at the same time, it is Union Gaming, and they very rightfully took this match for themselves. At the same time, kudos to Demon's Force. They gave us an amazing performance today as well. But right now, I think that's just not it. We've got another match coming up right after this. That's going to be Live to Kill versus LYC Valiants. And that is going to be on Coastline. All right. Oh, that's going to be on Virtual 5 Esports. Excuse me. Never mind. Looks like I'm not able to hear the right things. Might as well get my ears checked after this one. But right now, just trying to get you guys the information rightfully. So Live to Kill versus Virtual 5 Esports is where we'll be headed to, people. And we'll take a short break and be right back.
We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take it to the heart. Cause I know we won't make it out, I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want, let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out, we've heard it all before. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, so let's move on. 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 We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take it to the heart. Cause I know we won't make it out, I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want, let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out, we've heard it all before. It's alright. Hey. It's alright. Hey. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, so let's move on. 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 It's
All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League 4 Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and our broadcast partner, Booyah. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Foxtrot, and, of course, our admin, Eisen, as we are here for the very final game of this entire Pro League. That is correct. This match, once it's over, the Pro League will have officially ended, and we will be crowning a champion for the region based off of the division standings at the end of tonight. And the match to decide that is going to be Virtual 5 Esports versus Team L2K, otherwise known as Extraordinary Esports, as the boys have been picked up by an organization. Congratulations to them, of course. But we'll be heading into the map of Coastline. That is right. Coastline's coming out for the final game as well, so they should be fantastic as a match. Just a different game from what we see from the league entirely. And let us join the players to witness that action right here, right now, with Virtual 5 on the defense, Lift to Kill on the attack, and V5 of the first band of the map tonight. It is Capital off the board for the side of the attack. No surprises right there. Capital has been proven to be a very powerful attacker when it comes to Coastline, blocking off lines aside, blocking off areas, important areas, and rotates. Just such a good op to have on hand, while Nomad and Maestro will be the defenders, will be Lift to Kills bands, right there, for both attack and defense. No surprises right there as well, seeing as I had to take a quick pause. But yeah, Nomad and Maestro, not surprising. Nomad for, of course, similar reasons to Captal. Blocking off rotates, blocking off runouts, denying area to the side of the defense. Not a great operator to go up against, I'll tell you what. Maestro, of course, excellent for denial, for intel, for so much. And that Alda, I mean, if Lockdown's 4K earlier today in the match between ESM and Extraordinaire wasn't, enough evidence that the Alda is a fantastic gun that just goes brrr all over the place. Well, the Maestro band is just, it's to be expected, if you will. Well, my band to finish things off as we'll move into the first round. Second floor Hookah Lounge and Billy's Room will be the side of choice. But before that, let's have a look at both the rosters that are here in the lobby for us today. From the side of Extraordinary Esports, we've got Fatal, JV, Mellow, Nos, and Blank. And from the side of V5, we've got Nostalgia, Nippo, Nexter, Kurosaki, and Dopo. And as I said just now, Hookah Lounge and Billy's Room, the first set of choice, the Valkyrie will be 6 picked in by Kurosaki. And with that, I've kept the man for the mic along, Ina Foxy. Final game of the league, how you feeling?
Honestly, this couldn't have gotten better. Coastline and the final game. I was just talking about this yesterday, wasn't I? That we haven't gotten to see Coastline in quite a while. Looks like Virtual 5 and Live to Kill did happen to hear me and answer my internal prayers of sorts, I guess. Finally, I'm getting to see Coastline, and it is in sorts such a good turnaround. I think going a full circle. We know for a fact that Coastline was once upon a time quite the favored map coming back to our region, and now that I'm getting to see it before closing off the entirety of the league, I think that's a little bit of a treat in itself for me as well. Most definitely will be an interesting match right now. Both these teams, they're very amazing in their own rights. Both of these, all 10 of these players, in fact, I've talked about them quite a bit. I'm sure we'll be talking about that more as we happen to go ahead from here. Let's see what happens though right now. Dope Pope, he's running the mute. We've got the Valkyrie being picked from Kurosaki as well. The Jaeger will come into play. Nostalgia is running the Echo. I'm expecting Nostalgia to be a little more aggressive with what he happens to bring in. Most definitely will be something of that sort. Let's see what happens. Nos, meanwhile, and also Live to Kill, they're coming back from a victory that we just happened to talk about, and we just casted in the afternoon. So it most definitely will be an interesting outlook to see what Live to Kill is looking to make that advancement, making to look and see that they get themselves that amazing score line towards the end of this season. It most definitely will be amazing. Let's see if Live to Kill is able to secure this victory for them or not. Dopo, pre-play C4 will come in from him. But still got the 90 hallway being watched by Mellow. It's very standard stuff. It's so nice. It's just so refreshing to see Coastline come out. It's most definitely happens to bring in so many more memories. At least if you would ask me, it's been that long since I've seen or casted a competitive Coastline match. Mellow making sure the reconstruction is into place from him. Just turning off that visor, not the best of filters to be looking through, at least not while you're looking for heads at a pixel angle. Let's see what happens. Mellow looking to find a possible frag here. He's still not found anybody, and neither of the entirety of the lobby has found anyone yet. Everybody just scouting and just getting their positions accounted for. A minute and 20 remaining into this round. Exter might be going for a little bit of a ballsy move here. Might just get himself that window open. But if he does, it will come down to a very interesting outtake. Let's see if he's able to take advantage on our flank. Watching for flank. While we've still got rest of his team making the push up top. I think there's a little bit of a confusion element here that Live to Kill is throwing in for the side of Virtual 5. They most definitely want to throw them off their scent as to where they're attacking from. But I don't think that's working for them. Nostalgia, he's not exactly having the best of times, at least on site. Toxic canisters coming out from the side of the smoke, and that is a little too early. There's nobody on site, nobody even on the side of Aqua. They'll still be making that push towards the side of the balcony any moment now. But as we happen to go ahead, these 30 seconds will come in with so many kills. 10 people still alive in the lobby, no lives lost. There's just going to be one hell of a bloodbath, and it starts now. Blank, he'll get the first frag. Here's the follow-up from Blank once again. The double kill. Dope Open Nostalgia, both taken down. Not adds up to it. Kurosaki goes down. It's 5 versus 2, and it's a 5 versus nothing. Flawless round from Live to Kill. And that was such a cleanup that came out from their side. Very well done once again from the side of Live to Kill. They most definitely came out very aggressive towards the end of it there. And I think we are getting to see a similar trend of a match from Live to Kill once again. Even with the match against ESM, they waited. Last 20 seconds is a bloodbath, which Live to Kill happens to win out. And that's what happened once again. No early aggression from the side of the defense, and that is going to put them up. And a 1-0. Live to Kill is in the lead. Hookah and Billiards is going to be once again the side. We happen to take a quick look at that in the instant replay and heading back to round 2. Let's see what happens.
Man, oh man, what a first round indeed, and what a way to start for the side of EXT. As Coastline has started off just like you would expect it to, the first round being taken by the attackers. Now, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, currently speaking in the standings wise, there is a very good reason why Lift Kill will be playing that reserved initially and then aggressive at the end finish, the way we saw them in round 1, primarily because currently they are second position. Union Gaming with 18 points and 19 positive in the round conversion is at the top of the table. They have almost secured their position as once again the champions of the league. Here's the thing though, say L2K in a surprise twist wins this match by at a bare minimum of a 7-1 or a 7-2, then they can actually contest for that top spot. Maybe even tie for it against UG. That is correct. That is a very real possibility for L2K. Sure, it's a bit of a stretch, as we all know. 7-1 against Virtual 5 right now, definitely not something that seems possible, right? But then again, it is Division 1, and we've seen the impossible happen before. Take, for instance, LYSC Valiance. Take, for instance, Mischief Gaming. Take, for instance, Virtual 5 in this season. Whereas, under the moniker of VPG, they looked down and out to the point where they were sent down to Div 2. But now back in Division 1 with a fresh mindset and a little bit of a fresh roster, a refresh roster, if you will, they have found themselves in 4th place. Currently, the only team on 12 points. And if V5 wins this, they've got a good chance of coming in second, just under Union Gaming. And that will be a huge leap from being in Div 2 to being second in Div 1. This will be a fantastic match for Virtual 5 to end their story in the League 4 if they win it. But they have to win it. Both teams have tons to fight for here. And that, is going to be the real question here. Is Lift to Kill going to sweep this game, or will Virtual 5 suddenly turn things around to their favor? Round 2 going underway once again. You have EXT playing mostly reservedly, but tons of shots being fired. Nostalgia now low on HP thanks to Nas, looking at a long angle from inside of VIP. Nostalgia's got to be so careful right now because there is the there is the sledge now prone. He's got a grenade in hand, I believe, and that's going to be flying in his face. No, not quite. Fatals, I don't think he wants to throw the grenade in just yet, but the flashbangs come in from the vents, and Fatals might just want to push in, but there we go. The grenade goes in, and Nostalgia is off the board. Big drop, first drop, as Blank comes in to play as well. 1-0 with the first one down. Now it is a minute, well, less than a minute remaining actually. Fatals on the cams, trying to see what he can get out of the situation that they have for themselves right now. Lift to Kill. Wait a minute, Nos. I think he knows. I think he knows that Kurosaki is down here, and Kurosaki has to be so careful for Nos as the window will be blown open. Well, not quite. It'll be shot a little bit. Line of sight is open. Valkyrie is now so careful. Extra from down below as well. He's towards office, watching up the hatch. Kurosaki making a big rotate. Nos has got to be so careful about this, and I think he will be. Fatal takes a bit of damage. He wants to go for the plant right now. He's the man with the defuse. He's going for it. Mellows taking out Nippon in the meanwhile. The plant's going off. Mellows and down. Will he be taken care of? Yes, he will. But the plant's still going off. Blank finds Dope Pope. The refract comes in. That's a post plant now, as it's a 4v2. Nos, will he find him? Yes, he does. And Exter, he found JV, but Blank was right there to take him down instantly. And that will be EXT, Extraordinary Esports, taking round 2. What a way to start things off for Lift to Kill. EXT right now, 2-0 on the scoreboard, and Coastline living up to its attacker-sided name with 2 rounds on board.
Looks like Live to Kill is, after all, looking for that champion spot for themselves towards the end of Season 5 here. Of course, for everybody out there, if you guys do not know, Live to Kill, they've not come out to get the top spot so far in the entirety of the duration of this league, and they've gotten so close this time around that they just might be able to get it. I know it's a long shot. It's only 2 rounds into this match, but it's coastline. We happen to see this match, at least this map in specific, come out to be such a frag heavy map. And that's why taking these engagements and whatnot, it most definitely will be something that Live to Kill has come prepared for. We know for a fact that Live to Kill quite literally happens to define their name. But yeah, then again, their name has changed now. But coming back to it, they've come out with quite the powerful fragging potential for themselves, and that shows. That most definitely shows. Hopefully, we'll be getting to see a little bit of a fight back from Virtual 5 Esports. So far, it was a good attempt on the second round from them. Hopefully, a few rounds into it, I think V5 might get to break into what they are trying to present over here. 2-0, and that is it. We'll be headed to round 3, reconstruction happening and whatnot. Virtual 5 just getting ready and getting prepped for themselves into making sure that they don't let L2K take more advantage than they already have. We'll be seeing Nostalgia once again come out with the Echo, and quite interestingly so, Nostalgia is not really coming out with his aggressive Echo plays like I like him to play. He's been playing a little more passive-aggressive on the role that he's brought out. Don't really blame him. Maybe that's what his team needs him to play. That is, of course, so many things that come into contest, and just multiple things that you've got to take care about. Let's see what happens as we happen to go ahead from here. First kill will come in, and where did that come from? I think that was from Blue Stairs. That was, of course, Nos will make sure he gets the first frag. Extra goes down, and just the way we happen to see this, it's a 4 versus 5 early into this match. 2 minutes, not even counting down to it. I still got 120 seconds to kill, but let's see who finds who first. JV coming around the main window, or is that the main door, rather? Excuse me, the Lambo door, as we all like to call it. Mello making the push all the way from the side of bedroom out. He's being found. The Hebron will not be surviving this round anymore, but there's somebody else above him. And look at that, the floorboard kills happens to follow up. Blank will be the one to get that frag for himself. Very well done, in fact. Love to kill. The coordination from them is definitely on point. Also, Esports trying to keep up with that pace. They most definitely will have to come in. They're coming in a little short as to what L2K has brought out so far, but still a 3-man clutch could come in from their side as well. A minute and 30 remaining. We've got Nos coming around the blue stairs. I think he's just coming out to see if any strays might get caught in that little hallway for himself, but just the way it is. Let's see what happens. Blank looking to make the push happen. The Legion mine will hit him. He's still got to remove that and eventually make the push. He's got the RED scanners to take care if there are any more in his way, but I'm sure he'll not be wasting his time on that. The drone works will come in first and foremost. We've got Dopo coming in with a long rotate. That is, of course, going to be a very, very tricky position to play on. You've got only 2 of your defenders on site and so many floorboards being opened from above. That is coming in from Fatals. Quite true to his name, is making this entirety of the site quite fatal for the entirety of the defenders. But there's the plan going down. Mello, he's already sticking it. The knife comes in. Oh, the disrespect. Roll it and Nippon make sure he gets the knife on the Blank, and the better off of him. You've got Nos on the refrag though, and this plan is being stopped by the Echo. That is coming in really well from Nostalgia. Here's Nippon once again. He gets the frag. Shotgun is in hand, and he gets the clean up onto Mello as well. It's a 2 versus 2. Nos solo on HP, essentially on 1 HP. Fatals, you've got him 100, but can they make this work? It's 2 versus 2 that they could most definitely make work with, but only 15 seconds and counting down to it. Fails outside this area, headshot connects, and Nippon will not be surviving that anymore. They're still got Nostalgia trying to fight back here. So 1 versus 2, will they find the frag or will they go for the plant? Plant is what they'll be doing, but there's the yokai they've got to be scared of. Nostalgia, no, he's got no yokais, not anymore. His net has died. Wait, oh, he's back. What? He was just moonwalking for a second. The Nostalgia so close to getting that plant stop. No! Live to kill will still live to kill another day. 3 rounds back to back. So close. So goddamn close to that round. Nostalgia could have just come in with the denial at the wrong time. He started moonwalking. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the instant replay. Oh boy. That came so close. I've got to give it to Nostalgia. That is not the best of places to have himself a disconnect come in. Actually, a disconnect did come in. We've got a pause request from the side of the defenders as well, from V5, of course. We'll be heading back into the match quickly enough once everything's sorted. But Live to Kill, 3 rounds back to back. They've got themselves this amazing scoreline that might just push for the champion position here, and that is becoming slowly a reality. V5, they're trying everything that they've got for themselves into stopping the entirety of EXT, but I'm not sure if that is going to be enough. Wouldn't you agree, Blackjack?
I mean, oh man, 3-0, and what a way to take round three, ladies and gentlemen. I swear. Had me on the edge of my seat constantly. That round did. I'm sure it did for all of our viewers as well. So close all the time. That's what you're seeing from V5 and from L2K. L2K is the one getting away with the rounds. Make no mistake, they're just doing it slightly better than V5 is right now. But if Virtual 5 are able to read into the way L2K is playing, which is that slight reservedness that's there, because L2K is slightly, they're hesitating ever so slightly because they know they need to play this match nearly perfectly to win and to contest against UG. They need to do so many things just right if they want this match to go their way, if they want to be champions. And that is something I feel like L2K can take advantage of. Well, excuse me, V5 can take advantage of if they say pressure them, if they push them. You know, I'm not saying push as an absolutely throw away all strategy and start going monkey. No, I reserve those words specifically for Monk ass. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, in this situation, they could try to just push their luck, you know, toe the line a little bit every now and again, disrupt the way the movements of L2K. And I think we might see V5 start taking rounds after that one. Again, it's just a little suggestion based off of merely 3 rounds of gameplay. There's still so much more to go, right? Even in the worst case scenario for V5, I don't see them losing by any less than a 7-3 or a 7-4, right? That's just how much V5 has been impressive. That an L2K in form, looking to demolish their opponent, is not enough to tell me that V5 won't take any rounds at all, right? It sounds improbable, nearly. Both sides of the argument, right? Both sides are extremes. V5 winning in this situation, given what L2K has shown us today, while L2K going out on a 7-0, 7-1 against V5, both of them are extremities of the same argument. So I have to say, this match is just that much harder to call. But these first 3 rounds have certainly been amazing. I have to give credit where credit is due. And Extraordinary Esports has just been doing very good work. They've been droning themselves in, although, you know, the drones being sent in ahead, they're kind of just left there to die later on. So the drone economy at the late round, it's like the intel's mostly visual, right? They see what's coming at them and they communicate to their teammates. It's not based on drones or auditory or whatnot. It's not based on any of that. So maybe say a couple of bodies are taken and Live to Kill is put in a disadvantage. Maybe V5 could have a chance of winning just by intel or lack thereof alone. Again, there's so many variables in this match at any given point in time. It is really hard to call. But as we wait for Nostalgia to rejoin quickly, we're going to see whether or not that actually works out. The side from what I'm seeing is actually first floor kitchen and service entrance that the side of V5 have gone for. Can't really blame them. Service entrance, the closest site that they have managed to play so far. And I say play and not win because obviously they didn't win that site. I mean, that just goes without saying. But it's the closest they've come to winning so far, a 2v2 all the way down to the final 2. And I think just for a second, if we were to, you know, look at the way the mute, right? The mute who was the one who dropped the diffuser on the service entrance door. Say he just stayed back behind the bench, shotgun in hand. That round would have turned out very differently. Very differently.
That is something I wanted to point out myself, actually, Blackjack.
Mm-hmm.
Nippon came awfully close into getting that. What he did was really good with the knife, of course, and then follow up on the shotgun. But maybe a little bit of patience could have just made that work really well. That aggressive push in peak when he heard the drop out of that window, I think he just got had that adrenaline running through him at that point. He just had to peak, and I think it just was his mistake and his undoing, and his team's undoing as well. At the same time, you happen to think about how L2K has been performing so far. I think they would have come out with a little more laid back approach to the matches, especially this one, if they would have gotten a better scoreline against the ESM match we just had witnessed in the afternoon. That match went maximum overtime. And there's only very few instances where we happen to see matches go out like that. Of course, not in Division 1. Division 1 does come out with quite the overtime matches. But then again, getting themselves that one single score difference into the round differential, into that score table, I think that just is biting them in the back a little bit too much, and they're just having to put out everything that they've gotten to themselves and trying to make sure that they push for push for the best outcome possible. 3-0, I think it's looking very good for them. They're looking very poised. They're looking structured as of now, and they're just able to make sure that they're able to perform on moments like these. Even with the drop coming in from the sleds towards the end there, when Nupin was going for that aggressive push, Fatal still got that frag. That was really well done from him. I was not expecting him to exactly win that fight. Of course, Nipun had a better um, it's a better position to play from. He had a better information as to where the sledge is coming out from, and the sledge just had to expect that little aggression, and he did. L2K still being able to stay on the top of their game, and that little bit of a luck factor, I think that came in to help them save the day over there. Could have just been as easily of a virtual 5 esports round, but I think L2K still will be able to walk away with that one. So just the way we happen to go ahead from here, I think coastline. It's been quite the while that we've seen this map. So I think I'm taking my own time to readjust to exactly what's going on and the strategies and why am I not seeing this? Why am I not seeing that? Maybe we'll get to see more of that coming into it, and I'm sure the audience will as well, as they're the ones who are waiting. But let me tell you something, people. You guys might have to wait just a little bit while longer because we just got some information from admins that might just take a little more while to get nostalgia back into the game and back into the lobby. So I'll tell you what, guys, grab some popcorn, get some soda, because this is going to be one hell of a match that we'll be witnessing in the finale of season 5. Stay tuned. We'll join you in a short bit.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game between Team L2K and Virtual 5 Esports. Had to take a bit of a long Rios right there, but we are back with all the players in the lobby. And if you're wondering what that little standing was in the middle of the BRB screen, we'll talk about that once the stream ends. It was the standing for Division 3. 2 and 1, of course, will also be shown, but Div 1, as we all know, is still ongoing. For the final match is still yet to be decided. Let's run the players one more time on the map of Coastline. 3-0 in favor of L2K, as we will return on second floor hookah lounge and billiards room. Had to take that big disconnect primarily because of the big Rios, primarily because of the disconnect coming in from Nostalgia's end. And we are now all back and ready to rumble with this match, which is going into its fourth round. A refresher for all of our viewers coming back after this slightly lengthy rehost, if you will. Excuse me, there for the boss. Is that Live to Kill need to win by a very wide margin to contest for the champion spot with Union Gaming. How big is that margin, you might be wondering? Well, a 7-1 is the most that they can go for right now. That is right. If they want the champion spot, they have to win on what seems to be an improbable 7-1 victory at the least against V5. V5, on the other hand, unfortunately, do not have the same luxury of a chance of getting into number 1, primarily because they're on 12 points right now. L2K are on 15. And if they win this match, they'll go to 18, be tied with Union Gaming. And that's when the round conversion ratio, the little mathematics part that Baba always claims to be bad at, will come into play. But right now, of course, L2K, the only ones who can do that. Virtual 5, not so much. They will be grappling with the reality of the situation that if they win this, they most likely will go on to be second or joint second in the Division 1 stage. So, without further ado, the round itself is underway, and I've got to say, this round is going to be very interesting. Don't you agree, Foxy?
Well, I have to agree with you, Blackjack. And I think I've emphasized this enough that this map is Coastline, and I love to see Coastline. It's such a fresh air, fresh breeze of air, and just happening to see all of this stuff come out on Coastline. It's really interesting to see both of these teams just head on to this match and completely give it the best. Let's see if Virtual 5 is still able to come out with that little retaliation. The 3-0 looks a little too comfortable for the side of Team L2K right now. They're looking to make that a little bit more than just a 3-0. Let's see if they'll be able to do that or not. Blank will be getting that kill on the nip. Nostalgia has left the game again. No! That's two bodies essentially at the same time dropped already. 3 versus 5 for Virtual 5 to fight against so early into the round. This is such an unfortunate situation for them to play with. JV looking to make this push happen. Nostalgia, definitely, hopefully he'll be able to come with the reconnection. Right now, Nos making his way on the side. I really love the fact that Team L2K, despite the 2 early drops, they're not looking to make any mistakes. They're still coming in with the drone works. They're still doing everything that is needed to be done before they make their eventual push to the side. Kurosaki does do a lot of damage to Fatals. Still not be re-engaging on that angle once again. A lot to fight against, and JV is just going to come in with his X-Kyros, making sure that the solo wall on the side of the hookah is breached. But there's just more than that. Kurosaki does notice the claymore. Now he's gone wide with the swing. He's not going to be able to find anybody. He gets taken down instead. It's not the best of calculations to be made here. Anyways, it's all on the Dope Pope, who's down below towards the end of it. So 1 versus 4, and L2K is so hungry to find that kill, and Nos will be the one to write his name on that kill for himself. Dope Pope will not be surviving that, and looks like Virtual 5 is not exactly having a great run here, let's be honest. With that disconnection, of course, with the teammate Nostalgia. More than that, they're not able to stay alive towards the end of the round, towards the end of the mid-round as well, if you'd ask me. We're hitting the 1 minute mark, and already 2 bodies, or at least 3 bodies, are being dropped. That kind of ratio, that kind of momentum, I think, is L2K has brought out to this match, and most definitely will be interesting to see what more they happen to bring out. We'll be headed to round 5 after taking a quick look at that in the instant replay, and Kitchen and Service is going to be the site.
Not good. Not good, I think, is the word we should be using, the phrase we should be using for V5 right now. Nostalgia. He was the reason that they have used up their rehost already. That is correct. You know, the little pause into Rios that we took was primarily for, excuse me, there for nostalgia's sake, given that he disconnected, well, nearly disconnected once, then disconnected entirely in the excuse me, there in the pick phase, and that's why V5 had to use up the rehost right now, going into round 5. He has not reconnected. V5 doesn't have a rehost remaining. Not good. A grim situation for Virtual 5 to say the least, while Live to Kill, like we said before, a 7-0 or a 7-1 to contest with Union Gaming for the top spot. They are looking set to go there right now, but we all know Virtual 5 will have a much bigger fight left in them. They want to, at the very least, contest this game. They want to show what they have been doing for these last few weeks, the improvements that they have made to find themselves in the 4th spot of the table right now. And it all starts here, but no, Kurosaki will go down. Nos takes a big early kill, and that is the vigil of the board. Nostalgia does return, but it's just a little too late, unfortunately. He's just gonna have to man the intel and try and play from the next round, but this is something slightly different from L2K that we are seeing from them. What is that difference, that you may ask? Is that, you know, we were mentioning before we went for the rehost that L2K were playing reservedly. There was a slight hesitation in fully committing to the bit, committing to the swing, getting into sight and getting the plant off or something like that. This time around, they're not doing that. They're being aggressive. They're being frontal. And Extra will reply back in kind. He's found one. That's the refrag on the Nos, taken with a lot of deliberation from the man. Needed right there in that situation. As we'll now be moving into this 3 versus 4. V5 finds one more. Dope Pope gets blanked. That's another refrag for the kill. Actually, that's a trade, I believe that is. Unfortunate for V5, actually, because that, if that is a trade, that will put them in a 2v3, leaving Extra and Nippon the last two standing. Against Fatals, JV, and Mellow, it's going to be a very tough fight for sure. Extra on second floor right now. He wants to go for a play, but he's got to be careful of the drone spotting and giving away his location right now in this hallway outside of Hooker. Fatals going for the big vertical plays as some damage is done to Mellow. In the meanwhile, that's from Nippon trying to contest, but he's so low as Mellow is wanting to go for the plant, and he might just be able to with no problems whatsoever. C4 comes in, but that will not do much, but Fatals finds one. That's Extra off the board, and there goes Nippon as well. For a majority of that round, we saw Virtual 5 fighting against the odds, against the tide. But it just didn't work out right at the end. And oh man, this is like rubbing salt into the wound right there. Nostalgia has disconnected once again. Not good. Not good, not good, not good. Not good at all. 5-0 is the scoreline going into round 6. As second floor Hookah Lounge and Billy's Room is the side of choice once again.
I can only imagine what Nostalgia must be feeling right now, and how his teammates must be so frustrated for sure. It's quite the unfortunate situation that he's found himself in. Of course, must be something that he cannot control. Nobody would want to leave their team like this, in a position like this especially. But at the same time, somehow it's like a blessing in disguise for EXT. Of course, I'm talking about Team L2K here. L2K might just be able to get themselves the advantage over here out of the disconnections that Virtual 5 is having, and just the problems that Virtual 5 seems to be facing. If Team L2K does finish this 7-0, you know exactly who's going to be crowned champion, and that will come out to be quite the change-up. Quite the change-up in the entire history of the league, and just the way the books have been showing. I talked about this quite a bit in the previous match as well. Union Gaming and Demon Force, they've been at the top for quite a while. We saw teams like Lies Valiants and Mischief Gaming come out to give them a little bit of competition, but somehow Union Gaming has always been at the top until today, I guess. Of course, we've seen Demon Force come out to take that place time and again. Monkaz has come around that place as well, but it's been quite a while since I've seen Union Gaming getting dethroned from that champion position, and this is one of those matches that will decide exactly what happens to that champion spot for Union Gaming. Will they lose it or will they not? So far, it is looking like L2K might just be able to dethrone the defending champions. but it takes a lot to do that as well. We're seeing Blank make his way up top. We've got so much emphasis coming in already from the side of the penthouses. I wouldn't really blame them. There's Dope Pope playing with the Vigil. Might just be able to walk away with a kill or two over here. That might do a whole lot good for his teammate. Still not got any retaliation coming in from the side of Virtual 5 Nostalgia. For some reason that notification is still up there reminding his teammates and just able to rub that salt and just like Blackjack happened to say. But there's 2 kills follow up very quickly. Extra Dope Pope. Kurosaki adds up to it. What? So 1 minute 40 seconds left and only Nippon is alive. Nippon, my man, has got to fight against 5 angry attackers from Live to Kill. Now he's got a whole lot of hurt coming to him, I guess, because we know exactly how these players like to play. They're so patient and still not wanting to give away the advantage to this one Melusi. You know exactly how things could go wrong. They don't want to do that. Nippon has still got the C4 in hand. It might come out to be a possible ace clutch moment here for him. Will he be able to perform that or not? Let's see what happens. We have to come down to this 1 minute 20 seconds. Nades are coming out, just getting taken care of. All of the barbed wires and whatnot. Of course, the Melusi charges will be into effect as well. But Nippon, he's been spotted. Got to come out with the possible C4 with the pre-fire comes in first and foremost. X-Card is taking care of that solo wall on the side of Yuka as well. There's so many pre-fires that he's got to just stay alive. 1 HP on the man. 1 bullet will do the job, and yes, it will. Fatals will make sure he gets that headshot onto Nippon. Team L2K will be the ones that will be taking match point actually. Oh boy, quite the showdown and just a very, very unfortunate position that V5 has found themselves in. Oh boy, this is not looking great for them. As much as I'm happy for L2K getting so close right now with match point in their favor 6-0, might just get crowned the champions of season 5 of the Pro League. At the same time, V5, they're getting obliterated by them at the same time. Let's see what happens as we happen to go ahead from here. It is going to be the second half underway, of course, in Blackjack. Please take the mic.
Oh boy, like I mentioned that things aren't looking good for the side of V5. I think more so what everyone is thinking right now is not like this, right? It's this match had so much potential. Unfortunate nostalgia, Virtual 5. My heart goes out to them, really. It does. Like the way they're playing, you can see they're struggling so hard because the things that they've worked on, they need all 5 players on deck, all hands on deck, because again, Live to Kill is sparing no quarter. You could see it in that last round. They only had Nippon to go through. Only 1 kill, right? And they took that so seriously. They played around the fact that the Melusi was practically cornered inside of Hookah, and they didn't run with it. They didn't go hunting for the kill. They hung back. They stayed their hand, and they rather decided to go for the plant and just hold down angles. L2K normally doesn't do this, let me tell you that. From all of these months that we've seen this team for, they are not a team to hold back when they have a clear advantage, unless they have something huge to gain from it. And they do. 6-0, if they win this round, if they go 7-0, then they will have achieved 2 big things. Not only have they been picked up by an Ord right in this week itself, but they will also have become champions with a minute extra. I think he wanted to get the ash charge on the door, got it under the door for some reason, and didn't even blow up any utility. I'm not sure what that happened right there. A little bit of a hilarious situation, but looks like it's an all-man push in from the side of V5. This could be big right here. Kurosaki's in, but Dope is the one with the diffuser. He's the one who needs to go in. Kurosaki finds one. Mello goes down. Shots are fired all over the place. Pistol comes out, but no, the smoke will take that, and he's trying to go for more right now as Blank has been taken out by Nippon. In the meanwhile, 3v3. Gas canister going out. That's stopping Dope from going for the plant, and that means the C4 can be held back, but James will toss it anyway. Gets it out. Doesn't get a kill from it, as now it is now all down to these final 3. The 3v3, the last 6 on the map. Extra trying to peek. Can he find one more? There's a reinforcement in front of him that's got to be careful of. There's the plan coming in, but no. Dope sees his teammate go down right next to him. This could be big. Fedor's about to push out, and he will do it along with JV. And there you go. V5 effectively threw everything they had into that one push. They bet it all on that final play, and it did not work out. Ladies and gentlemen, as they say, as much as we would love to say not like this, we can't change the course of events that has come in tonight. The match is over, and the league tables, this map, it's all been decided. 7-0 for Extraordinaire Esports, otherwise known as Team L2K, who, by virtue of this win, will go to 18 points, matching with Union. But they will overtake Union Gaming by 1 round in the round conversion ratio. That is correct. Union, after winning their game 7-3 against Demas Force, were 18 points and a positive 19 in their round conversion. L2K, before this game, were 15 points and 13 on the round conversion. If they won 7-1, they would have been joint first with UG, but they win 7-0. That's a +7. And I believe everybody knows what exactly that means. 18 points, 20 positive in the round conversion ratio. They are your winners. Team L2K, from now on known as Extraordinaire Esports, will be your champions for Season 5 of the WD Black, the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege. Huge congratulations to them. Could the match have been better? Yes, it could have been, but it is what it is. We're just going to roll with the punches. Reload the moment. We'll be going live on your screens, a little after-match thing that we do to talk about the match that we just had. And really, I think Foxy and I can agree on one thing. It started out so well, and it ended up not too well indeed.
Definitely not too well, at least for the side of V5, and at least from our perspective as audience and casters. But it ended up on a very good and a high note for Team L2K. Let's be honest here. L2K, never have they gotten the champion spot in the entirety of the duration of the league until today. And what a way to end it, right? Just before going out, just before the league is finished, L2K walks in. They're like, hey, you know what? We're just taking the champion spot for ourselves. And what a performance. I'm sure reliving the moment right now as well. We are essentially reliving the victory moments of L2K here. We're reliving every single round that they happen to put into place for getting themselves this champion spot. It's such a huge thing for them. I'm sure these are such huge boasting rights that they can just go out and just have an announcement done. I guess, of course, that will follow at the same time. But at the same time, what we've got to put our focuses onto, this is not just this one match where they showed some amazing performances. Team L2K has been just absolutely amazing the entire season, and that's what shows. That's what has been allowed them to accumulate those points on board. And this match just happens to be the cherry on top of the cake. This match just happens to show how powerful this team happens to be. This roster happens to be very well deserved champion spot. More importantly, it is L2K that will be shutting down our long-time defending champions, Union Gaming, and taking that spot for themselves. Very well done. I've got to have a little bit of conversation with Black later on this, congratulate him on it. But I'm sure for now, me being on the mic will do that. I think reliving the moment is just at the same time very, very complimentary to what I'm trying to say. Like I said, just the highlights of what we got to see the entirety of the match, and Team L2K just in their alpha mode, just in their prime mode. What an amazing match to witness.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, an amazing game to witness and an amazing league indeed. As before we end off, we have a little thing to show all of our viewers. That is the standings of all the divisions, starting with Division 1. And in front of your screens right now, L2K, 18 points and a positive 20. Are your winners for the entire league. They have won, not only Div 1, but they have become the top dog of the WD Black, the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, followed by Union Gaming, who could not hold on through no fault of their own. Mind you, they played this season as well as they possibly could have. And it just so happened that L2K did them one better. What a game. What a night. Mischief Gaming will take third, and Virtual 5, unfortunately, will take up the fourth spot. Staying on 12 points. Man, it could have been so much for V5 tonight, but as we all know, it just wasn't to be. Some things are just not fated to be, but do not be discouraged, Virtual 5. This is a message directly from us to you. You guys, as a team, have shown us fantastic work, fantastic improvements, and we will look forward to even more. But of course, we're not quite done with the standings, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. We've still got Div 2 and Div 3 to go through. So let's quickly go over them, starting with Division 2. Live on your screens with the excuse me there with the standings for Div 2 right here. Here you go. Kita Esports winning Division 2 for themselves again, 18 points and a plus 18. They did fairly well in the final season of the Pro League. Dauntless Esports, one of the rising stars of the region, I should say, as they did go to Div 1, didn't have that much of a great time there, I will admit, but they have since made improvements. They have since gotten better. Jiravuya, I know we didn't exactly talk too well about them too much when they were on stream, but I have to say season 5, we saw plenty of improvements from them. And I will say JV, I'll be looking forward to more from them, from Team Heat as well. E-Samurai Elite, anyone who's wondering why there's two E-Samurai teams, one E-Samurai Super it's sort of a mix and match of other rosters, and E-Samurai Elite is the original ESM roster. They find themselves in the 5th spot of Division 2. Not too good for them in terms of, how they played this season. Could have played it a whole lot better. Statics Gaming, well, they're Statics Gaming. I mean, honestly, I can't really say too much about them. Some days they're fantastic, some days they're absolute monkeys, and some days they're not that great. They're a team that bounces between those three faster than anything, really. And, of course, Scam 7 and XTM Riot bringing up the rear for Div 2. I mean, Scam 7, we had a lot of hopes from. Same with XTM Riot. But some teams just aren't meant to work out, if you will, if you really look at it that way, right, ladies and gentlemen? Some teams just don't work out the way you want them to. And at the end of the day, I think we just have to accept that we will have to look for different teams to fill up that Div 2, those Div 2 areas that didn't look too good. But of course, in terms of teams that can go on to become even better, that is Division 3. Let's have a look at the standings for them right now as well, as that is Throw Syndicate. Once again, 18 points and a 21 positive on the round conversion, going up to the top. Throw Syndicate, formerly known as Gamer Syndicate. And actually, interestingly enough, all those players still have the .gs in their name tags. So we kind of get confused whenever we're casting their games. But we'll be looking forward to more from them. From Red Vipers, a team that formerly used to be a Div 2 mainliner, but for some reason found themselves in Division 3 this season. Still played fairly well, I'll give them that, but they need to improve on a lot of things. First and foremost, they need to practice a whole lot more. Exotic Esports, Spectre Gaming, Clickbait, we'll be looking to see more from them because they've got potential. They're making mistakes, but they've got a lot of potential. D3 Space need to improve quite a bit, but I will say they're an interesting team to say the least. Zendaya Fan Club, again, one of those teams we were expecting a lot more from in this season. Turns out that they're at 7th position. And Ground 9 Esports, a team that has been in divisions and been out of divisions at the same time. They bring up the very rear of the entire league. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all done. It's all dusted. That is it. It's done. The league's over. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a fantastic 11 months, and it still feels like just yesterday that I got the call from Foxy to co-cast with him when the original league began back in April of 2020. And it's been nothing but fun. And I think in this situation, for the man who brought me in, for the man who brought us all in, I think we should let him say the final words. Foxy, a fantastic 11 months, and I have to thank you and the rest of the Esports Club for putting this together.
I think the feeling's mutual here, Blackjack. We've had such amazing fun, especially working with everybody out here on the backend team. I cannot really go out name every single one. Actually, I can. We've got Eisen coming in with the spectating always, just making sure everything is running smoothly on the broadcast. We've got our lovely admins, got Darkside, Percy, Sedulous, even Lean Boy, who just happened to come out and leave us just a few days ago. But I hope I'm not missing anybody out here. There's so many names that do come around. We got our boy Sleepy as well. So many things I think that just came out of the backend team. that I'll be very grateful to. You guys are amazing company to just hang around, even if we're not working together. It's just good to even have a conversation with you guys. Apart from working with the backend team, I think the most important part was the amazing response and the love that we got from the community, the entirety of the R6 community, of course. And how can I forget my brother Baba Gusta? We've been doing this for quite a while now. It was amazing to roll with him out here on the mic with you and him. I think our trio just couldn't get better than this, at least when it comes down to this. So once again, thank you everybody out here to my team, as I like to call it, out here, the back end team at TEC, and all the teams out there who came and glorified this event so much, who made sure that your participation was so important to us. You took that just as importantly. I'm so glad that I got this opportunity from the side of the Esports Club and Ubisoft as well. So I think hopefully, I'm sure we cannot be making any promises for now, but hopefully we've got more in store for you. But for now, that'll be it, I guess. Sayonara, take care, and until next time.